by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up.
In recent decades, with recovery of early texts like the Gospel of Mary and scholarly reassessment of the canonical Gospels, as the full scale...
Well, that's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick.
When that gets found in Ethiopian sources, wasn't new information. It was ancient information that Western Christianity had worked hard to bear.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And there, the left approach, 3, almost 20.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Basically validated by AI. On the trending product database.
Quick strike complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. The tackle is made, but he's got him first and goal from the 6.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels.
Verse 7 mentions
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bucks!
the apostles.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it.
Romans 16 verse 1 describes Phoebe as a deacon of the church at Century. Many English
He'll
translations
bring it back from
render this as
inside the
servant
15.
rather than
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at this 22.
St. Paul's letters describe Priscilla working with her husband Aquila as a teacher who instructed the eloquent Apollos. Her name often appears first when the couple is mentioned, suggesting she...
Here comes the offense on first down.
Church tradition minimizing, emphasizing male teachers and apostles.
Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And his throw was incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target, not on the same.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll give it to the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Quarterback checking the play. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Henderson. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Finds his man, it's Smith. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
By theological considerations. Also by power struggles.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires.
St. Paul passages used to restrict women's roles also recognize women as apostles, deacons, prophets.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Paul's complex statements requires choices about which passages to emphasize. And institutional
out of the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to throw, it's Howard. It's complete to the left. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
Best understood Jesus' teaching. What are the implications?
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Power ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw interceptions and get penalties and put you in a bad spot. The offense just strung play after play together and got in the end zone.
Leadership than official histories have portrayed, and that the institutionalization of the
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
Told the story so many times that you stopped questioning it. The story is so familiar and so deeply ingrained that you assumed it must be true.
He'll bring it out. It's Horn. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Takes the handoff. It's Hayden. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. It's Sanders. He finds his man. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the change and wind the clock. The give to the back. One-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
quickly complete.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hunter. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Buffaloes want to move quickly.
77 inches in confidence. 7 is God's number.
Trying to find his man on first down. Working that left side. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Colorado!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He wants to throw it. He's got it in the end zone. Two-point conversion is good, and they now lead by 8. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stops at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense
sends it downfield. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
They go to the ground. And they try the middle of this scout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. And that pass is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time. But how confusing is it for when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Looking to pass. It's Sanders. He's got, and he will score. Touchdown, Buffaloes.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practice this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there and have some fun and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to go up top on first down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. After the misfire, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Wide open downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here comes the field goal unit. And he'll line this one up from 53 yards out and try to bang it through. Kick comes up short, and he's going to try to bring it back.
Johnson's 5-2 with fresh eyes. Male and female created leader, and blessed them and called their name Adam, the day that they were created. Their name, one name Adam, one origin, two expressions.
The Buffaloes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. Dropping back, it's Howard. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
They were trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Unloads it downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. Oh, look out. There he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback's shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
They're going to run it. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Still a lot of time to go here in the third quarter, but they want the ball back right now with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Tied to building, to establishing spaces where life can flourish. The verb that frames each.
Looking for a productive play on 1st down.
A scatter of beams, a planter of pillars. Hear it clearly.
Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Pass to 30. He's loose. Touchdown, Bucks! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
How about that? The 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. Don't do the rest. That's number 2. You better start playing some better defense when the 3's coming soon.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try.
First man's first confession is not hierarchy.
Looking to throw, it's Sanders. He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So we'll see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone.
Fitted together, ready to house.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down.
The man stands side by side.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Snagged in the middle, it's Smith. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Hey, listen, as a receiver, you're running that hitch route against man coverage. You can't loaf on it, right? I know it's just a little short throw, but you've got to make the defender think you might be going deep. So a nice job not just taking it easy on the play. He put his foot in the ground, he drove back to the ball, and made it easy on his quarterback.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Consequence, not as a prescription, but as a diagnosis of damage. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. This is the pathology of a fallen world, not the pattern of Eden. Before the fall, no rule, no rivalry, only reciprocity. After the fall, desire bends, power hardens, and domination becomes the tragic norm. What God built as a sanctuary of equals is distorted into a staircase top over bottom. The image blurs. The dance becomes a struggle. The voice of the woman is pushed to the margins of the story, and too often, the sanctuary. This is the root of patriarchy's long shadow, the silencing, the sidelining, the suppression not born of God's design, but of sin's distortion. Yet even here, grace glimmers. The God who questions does not abandon. The God who names the wound also promises a healer. The page of judgment already holds a seed of hope. The story bends toward restoration, and the last word will not be fracture, but mending. Enter Jesus, the second Adam, not merely to rescue souls from death, but to restore the blueprint of creation. The first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Where the first Adam yielded to blame and broke communion, the last Adam breathed life into what sin fractured. He does not return us to fig leaves and fear. He ushers us back to design. Watch how he moves in a world that erased women. He brings them to the center and calls them by name. In him, dignity is not granted as a favor. It is recognized as original truth.
Because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Consider the scenes the Gospels preserve like holy films. John 4. Jesus sits at a well with a Samaritan woman, crossing ethnic, moral, and gender lines in one conversation. He reveals himself as Messiah, and she, once silenced by shame, becomes the first herald of good news in her city.
Offense is coming back onto the field. He wants to throw. The sure hands, it's Miller. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Buffaloes will hustle to the line. Going up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the missed connection, it's second down. Wide receiver shows motion. The running back has it. Bulls his way forward. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Colorado 39, Ohio State 13.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking downfield, it's Sanders. He looks that one in nicely. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that.
Genesis 3 with its blame and gloom. He carries us home to Genesis 2 where image meets image. Side stands beside side and the presence of God dwells in each. So what does this revelation demand of us now? It calls us to repent of the old story that woman was fashioned as man's assistant, a subordinate, a rib, and to name it for what it is. Mistranslation, wedded to tradition, and baptized by patriarchy. This business is brighter and braver. Woman was built from man's side, not from his head to rule him, not from his feet to be trampled by him, but from his side to stand with him as equal, partner, and co-image bearer of God. Recover this, and the ground under our feet.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick.
It transforms marriage. Marriage is not a chain of command. It is a circle of communion. Two becoming one is not the absorption of one into the other, but covenantal reciprocity, mutual self-giving that mirrors Christ and his church. Headship in this life is not licensed to dominate. It is a call to sacrificial love that makes room for the other's gifting, voice, and authority. The vow is not fall in line, but walk with me side by side. It transforms ministry. Women are not stagehands to the mission. They are co-laborers called and anointed. Read Romans 16 slowly. Phoebe, the deacon and patron, Julia, prominent among the apostles, Priscilla, the teacher who helped form Apollos, a chorus of women whose leadership Paul honors. And it reshapes community. The church is not male-led by divine decree. The church is spirit-led, and the spirit is no respecter of gender. Job 2:28 promised, and Acts 2 confirmed that sons and daughters prophesy, servants and handmaids dream and declare. Charism, not chromosomes, determines assignment. So hear this. Your wife is not your servant, she is your equal partner, bearing facets of the divine image you alone cannot display. And hear this, you are not a leftover.
Fourth down call there. Looking to move it through the air. They're bringing heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. On fourth down, looking to pass. Finds his man and they convert. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Now inside the 20, first and 10 from the 18. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. That's caught. It's Horn. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And how about that? That's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. They gave up a lot of yards to get down here, Bowing their necks up. It's most important when you get in this area. 2nd and goal now. They get the big stop.
And they get to him just before he scores. Run out of bounds at the 1. Will they be able to get that 1 more yard and stick it in here on 3rd down? Dropping back, it's Sanders. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. They want to throw it. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. And the defense on him, and he will go down. Sacked on the 2-point try. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
53, Ohio State, 13.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Slips through the line, and he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. They'll try to put it in drive this time on 2nd down from the 22. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Good enough for a 1st down.
He's going to pass. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And his defense does a perfect job
Restore our marriages, our families, our churches.
and you come after the quarterback, you get the big hit,
Breathe
you get
unity
pressure on
back
the
into
quarterback,
us.
good things
Teach
happen,
us
and
to
they make
walk
the
side
big
by side.
INT.
Holy Spirit, fill us with wisdom,
Wants to throw on
courage,
1st down.
and love, that together we might
Buys
reflect
some
your glory.
time.
May every man and woman rise in the dignity and identity
And
engaged
down
in
he
you.
goes. Not sure about putting your quarterback in harm's way there, but that's going to do it. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and
More
lose by
truth
double
sway
digits.
to the
Not a
evil
lot of drama.
text, more freedom
Not
beneath the
defense.
dust of
Offense,
tradition.
on
Stay
defense, on
connected.
special teams. So this
Subscribe,
team, David, they've
like,
got a lot
and
to
write
do.
77
You know what,
below.
Jason, the coaches are going to
Walk boldly in the truth that you were never made to be above or beneath, but side by side, bearing the